right, today's pre-lab is the pre-lab for the ionic and covalent compound properties lab. Our beginning questions are the substances that we're testing ionic or covalent. For our background information, there's quite a bit written. Basically, let's define these things in your lab notebook. Ionic compound is a compound generally made from a metal and a nonmetal, and it occurs when the electrons transfer, resulting in charges on the metal and the nonmetal. Covalent compounds are from two nonmetals, and the electrons are shared in this case. Electrolytes are substances that will conduct electricity in water. Soluble means something will dissolve in water. And insoluble means it will not dissolve in water. I'm going to throw one more in. A precipitate is a solid that forms in a reaction of two liquids. All right, for our procedure, step one, you're going to need a hot plate and you're going to turn it up about halfway. Step two, you're going to get a test tube and you're going to put about a fingernail of a sample of unknown A into the test tube. Step three, you're going to fill the test tube up halfway with DI water. So we'll use the wash bottles. And it says to stopper. I don't have stoppers, so we'll just use aluminum foil to cover the end and shake it up. Step 5, if the solid dissolves, then we're going to pour that into a 50 milliliter beaker. Step 6, we have a conductivity meter. A conductivity meter, these are really high-tech things, let me tell you, has a two wires coming out the bottom, and it has some kind of a light on it that will light up if electricity can go through, and it has a battery. All right, ours are attached to paint stir things, and they're homemade, so you can tell that I made them because they're lovely. So you're going to rinse off your conductivity meter with DI water, and then you're going to put the meter into your 50 milliliter beaker. Put it into your 50 milliliter beaker, and you're going to look for the light to light up. And you'll record. And I suppose we should have had a record here at step 4. And then step 9, you'll repeat 2 through 8 for all your samples. Okay? Step 10, anything soluble goes down the drain. So if it dissolved, it can go down the drain for the sink. That's supposed to be a sink. If it's insoluble, you're going to pour it out onto a paper towel and into the trash. Okay? If it won't dissolve in the test tube, it's not going to dissolve in the sink. For step 11, instead of making 8 little boats, you're just going to take your foil and you're going to divide it into 8 sections, hopefully spaced better than that. I'll do it this way. You can use a vis-a-vis pen or you can use a Sharpie to draw. And then you can label them A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and H. For step 13, you're going to put a small sample in the middle of each of those squares. And you're going to set the foil on the hot plate. Actually, let's not use the hot plate. Instead, let's set the foil on a ring stand that has a ring on it and use a candle. And the candle you'll hold the candle underneath each of those boxes and you're going to watch for it to melt. If it melts, if it's going to melt, it's going to melt in 30 seconds. And you'll record. So that's going to be different from what your instructions say. Because if we put the foil onto the hot plate, I'm afraid the foil will catch fire. Okay? Then we need to record everything. So your data table, you have your sample. Okay? After we've done that, we'll go back through and identify what they are. All right. Thank you very much.